as much as possible today to meet up with our time. Give me a few minutes to bring that up. Okay. Catch. So it is I'm going to share my screen for us to start. Okay. Can we all see my screen now? Please, I need someone to talk. I'm not inside me.
Yes, yes, we can see the screen.
All right. So I can minimize this and come back later. Okay. So we stopped at. If I get this right, it should be starting from tables today. We stopped at images. We checked how to add image, the attributes, and how to add video and audio. So we're going to another key concept that you always see while building a page. You always see a table, one way or the other there shall be a table. So we said basic of HTML table structure. Table are simple and effective way to display data in row and column on a web page. They are often used for presenting tabular data. So now, basic thing about table. Table is declared by having an opening and closing tag of table itself. Then you structure your data with the following tags, which is TR. TR specifies table role. It defines a role in the table. And TH specifies the table header. And TD specifies the table data. Now, we have a vivid example of this because you won't understand that exactly. Now, using this example here, first we declare a table by opening the table tag, the table first, then we declare a TR telling it the row, and then we declare a TH which is telling us the head. So this is the header and this is the body. Let's just put it like that. And then it is a TD. So how does this work? So we say the table wrap everything and then the TL carries a row, TD and T. So I want us to do that and see. We have a lot here. Let's create another file called I don't know, let's just do it here. Called table.html. Sorry, what did you say?
I was greeting.
Yeah. Alright, so let us do what a table is. So we said a table is declared by having an opening and closing tag of a table. So we close it. And first, let me do okay. Let's do H1. Let's see. Declaring a table. Let's do equalize and see that on our browser. Good, we have declaring a table. So far now, we have not seen anything inside, right? So we said we use the TR, we use it to declare the row. Now we have a TH, which is declare the header, and the header one want to say, let's do a food schedule for morning. No, let's start days. Let's do days slash time. So the next one will have th again. We want morning, and we want another th. We want afternoon, and we want another th, which we do evening. So that's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Okay. So if we check our browser, you can see we have daytime, morning, afternoon, and evening. So these are headers. But you can see it's bold in red. So let's do another thing. Now we said rows. So the TR have helped us specify rows differently. Can you see that? So we arrange it. So we want to create another role underneath. So we are doing another TR again. Now this time around we're doing TD. No, I want to make something. But before that, let's do TD. TD now we want to do Monday. On a Monday, I want to have bread and egg for morning. An egg. And to have some more and egusi appearance such as so by this you have already created a table specifically. So to add more, maybe you want to change the color of your text, you want to make it to have space in between them, like they look too jam packed. That is where your CSS come in. But right now you have done the basic structure of a table, and that's that. Now we say table are a fundamental part, like I said, of HTML. Mastering the structure is a key step in building functional organized web page. Experimenting with adding more rows and columns to get comfortable. So that is that about table. Now let us now go in depth on tables. I started again this evening. Basically, what we have for table headers is basically these as I've explained. They are the headers that. Sorry, can you all still hear me? I have a thing with a network issue here.
Yes.
Okay, then I think I'm good, and it's just our site that is having issue. Now, table headers. So when creating table in HTML, table headers help structure your data, makes it clear and easy to understand. Headers easy to understand. Now, headers are typically used to define label for columns or row in a table, allowing readers to quickly identify what each section of a data represents. Now, you can see that using the th here with this, even it has explained to you which one is the heading and what I'm trying to do, right? Now we've already know that this list is telling us the day and time, and okay, so the day is this side, the time is this side. So that way it has given us more details and tell us what to focus on. Now, the th element. HTML provides the th element to define table headers. It works inside the table tab, just like TD, table data, but th is used specifically for header cells. And as you can see, you can use it at header cells. So now there's another thing I want you to know about th. It is better to arrange a th, a th inside a head in the sense that you wrap this right now, you just write everything plainly, and you don't know which one is your header if you don't have to start looking inside there. So for more semantic, like we said, semantic structure, you wrap this your header in what we call t head, and then you put it there, and then you wrap anything that comes after wrap it at T body. I know I'll still touch this. Then anything you want to be at the down part of the table, then you add at T foot. It's not as if this semantics, this tags that I am adding is changing anything to the structure that you already have, though it does not. But what it helps you do is that, let me indent so that you can see clearly. What it helps you do is that it just keep your work readable. Now you know that this is where the header of this table is. Here you know that this is the body, and here you know this is the footer of the table. Like we've explained when we're explaining semantics HTML tags, that they don't change it, but they just able keep readability and all that. And that is basically what we have here. So the TH define each header cell by default. By default, content in TH tags is bold and centered. Like you see, they are bold and centered, like the way you see them like that. But the TH is just used to group all the header row together. It is optional, like I said. You see that it necessarily did not change anything. It just helped us um, add more, organize our syntax. That is basically it. You don't have anything that changes. But the T head helps us keep our work well organized. As you can see, it is just for semantic reasons, just for us to be able to read it. Now, you say, why use the table header? It improves readability, like you see. So you coming up, working upon this code, you know, oh, this is the head of this table and the body. So it's just for readability. Accessibility, screen readers can use headers to provide context about data, and search optimization. So this helps you to keep your work structured and cheap. So now the T body. Now, like we said, we had the T head, the T body, and the T foot. This is just for semantic purposes, like I keep saying. So when building table in HTML, the T body tag is a critical element used to structure the main content of a table. It groups the row TR that makes up the body of your table, separating them from the T header, the table head, and footer, the T foot. So how does this look like? Like I've shown you, it is just adding T body, opening and closing tag, and wrap whatever you want it to be inside your table. And that's what we did by wrapping all our content inside here. So basically that is it. So let me do this. Let me make a comment so that you understand. Interesting. Table header. We have a table body, and then we have the table footer. So like this, you know where the body is. You can tell where the body is, you can tell where the head is, and you can definitely tell where the foot is. And this is the whole essence of hiding. This is the whole essence of the T body, the T foot, and the T head. And like we said, the key point about T-body, the purpose, the T-body tag groups the main role of the table, keeping structure organized and easy to style and manage. Optional but recommended, while not strictly required, using T-body improves the readability and accessibility to your code. Work with T-head and T-foot. The table often includes header and footer for better presentation. So the T body tag neatly separates the core data from this section. Like we said, it is just for readability. Is it then the table row. Now we know we use the row to bring out the data for it to align in a row. So we tell it tables are essential feature in HTML used to organize and display data in a grind-like structure. A key part of creating table is working with rows, represented by the TR tag. What is a table row? In HTML, a table row is created using the TR, the table row tag. It groups table cells into horizontal row. Each TR can contain one or more table cells which are defined by TD, is that is the table data or the th, the table header tag. So basically this is it, which is what we did. We use the tl to specify how we want it to be. So you do the th. Let us use this. Let us see how this is. I forget we have you copy and paste. Yeah, and that is it. So this is your column from down. But using the tl, we create a row this way. So we create it like this. We create it like this. So that way, that is what we use the row tl for. So it creates our table row for us basically. Now how does it work? The tl define a row in the table. The th represent other cells within the row, usually styleboard, and the td represent shared data cells within the row. Now, in our example, the first cell creates the header row with 3 header cells, and the second and the third cell can create 2 data rows, each containing 3 cells. And basically, that's what we saw there. See the table, the first one creates 3 for the header, and the others creates like that. So, let me do another border here so that we can see clearly. Border 1, and there we have that. So, the TR tag create rows in a table. Using table rows effectively will help you structure data neatly and make it more understandable for users. Now, HTML table cell. HTML table cells, which is the TD. Now, the HTML table are a great way to display tabular data on web page. A table is made up of row and column, and at the intersection of each row and column is a table cell. Here is a quick guide to understanding table cell in HTML. Now, type of table cell, data cell TD, used to define standard table cell that holds data. That means the TD inside the TR, the header cell, used to define header cell typically at the top of a column or a start of a row. By default, it is both and center. Combining rows and column. And yeah, like we said, combining rows and columns. A cell can span multiple rows using the row span attribute. This I'll better explain why using it. So we want this particular cell 1 to take the position of cell 1 and cell 2. So what we will basically tell it is just to write span, row span 2. So coming to our example today, coming to our example, we say we want row 1 to carry that, right? So when you write row span and we specify 2, let us see what it do. Can you see that? So in this particular case, I'm coming, let me remove this third one and see. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So basically what we asked it to do is to take 2 rows. So we are taking it to take 1, 2. So that's why you can see that row 2 cell 1 had to move because this one has been asked to take over this part. That's basically for row. Now, when we want a cell, when we want a cell span to span multiple column, we use the close span. So let's say we still want okay, now let's go for cell 2, row 2 cell 1. Let's take it to 2. So that means we're going to here. I want you to take the close span of 2. And by default, see, it takes it the column of this. So when you want to style something later on, just make a default something. So let's say using our first example, very good. We have to Tuesday here, and let me change that from Tuesday. Let's change it to Wednesday. What am I writing? Wednesday. So we want tea and donuts to take um two rows since we are going to be using it in the two places both on Tuesday and Wednesday. So instead of repeating it here, basically I can just do a row span of two and oh I think I know why I'm coming. Let's bring it back here. Um, yeah, because we put it in the foot, it is not in there. So by default, the brothers have been first separate the two of them. So with that, using roll now, I know by both my Tuesday and Wednesday, it is tea and donuts that is the first thing. So do you understand how this helps us? Like just basic arrangement of data without even using CSS. Now, what do we want to take to place? Hmm. Let's add a Thursday, or let's say basically let's add copy, come down here and do a Thursday. Let's change it to be a Thursday. Then we don't want you to take it to span or anything. We just we just want you to change, and that should be what they should have for breakfast and lunch. Let's switch it like this. Noodles and egg, and I want you to have a cold span of two. So, we remove amala. Amala is not good for late night. And that way we know that noodles and egg is for both morning and afternoon on Thursday. So can you see basic ways of using this span, coal and all that? That is the essence of that. So remember to only use proper semantic tags for better accessibility. Now we want to merge some cells. Call it merging cells. What is this? Mm. So basically how we use so basically this is how we use call and span just to organize one or two, and this is how we use border to just create our table basically. So that way our information is proper. So why don't we so there's something we use to merge cells. I can't really remember and I don't think we so we merge cells, and that way the way we have tea and donuts and all that, we can also use our cool and roll to merge a cell like that. I think my mom network is doing me shaky. All right, but you guys can still hear me, right? Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, so we can still hear you.
All right. Basically, that is that. From what we've done so far, anyone who has a question, anyone with questions so far on tables, how to use tables, basically. No question under me. Even okay. Obed, you can go ahead.
Yes, is there any difference between match cell and this column span and row span?
There's definitely a difference. There is actually, but you can use column rows and column spans to match cells also.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Any question? It might not necessarily be on tables today. Maybe question from last class that we had. I've been having issues. I want to believe that most people have been able to cover and go through the course for the Git and GitHub that we prepared lastly. Because so far your assignments will be going through that. And like Yusuf has said, we've seen the last assignment and we're already grading that. And there will be another assignment today. So if you have any questions, this is time to ask. Yeah, Obed.
Yes, about the assignment, sorry, I did not submit my, can I still submit it?
Mm, that will be left for your Yusuf to give if there's still a saving grace. I can't give saving grace for that one.
Okay.
Alright, so before any other question, right? I just want to explain merging cell. Let me see. Okay, it has responded there. Good. Now we say when designing table in HTML, you might encounter situation where you need to merge two or more cells into one to display content clearly. The process is called merging cells, and it is done using co-span and row span attributes of the th and td. Now merging cells basically is what we just did using the colon span and um, using the colon span. So we basically merged these two cells and made it one here, and basically made these two and made them one, and that's it. So now the colon span attribute is used when you want a cell to span across multiple columns. For instance, if you are creating a table with the header that span two columns, you can use colon span. See, and if you want to use merging the row like we have done. You said the row you use the row span. The row span is used to make a cell span multiple rows you want to merge to. So basically what we did here was the merging of it. We merged two span and made it one, but we know that it is across two different cells. Same thing here, since it's the same information we want to pass across the two. Now, another thing that you need to note is that you can combine these two. That is one thing we've not done. So, you can combine the two on a particular cell to make it more complicated. Let's see. Using morning, let's say using morning, I want morning to take a goal span of 2. And I also want you to take a row span of row span of 2, a row span of 2. See, it has even scattered our table because we're trying to force it. Oh, it's Monday. We're telling Monday to take 1, 2. So by default, we are sending these ones out. And we told it to take 1, 2. So we've pushed Tuesday from this particular spot and bring it down. So to make this look way neater, we have to remove Tuesday. We have to remove rice and fish, I want to believe. Okay, we also have to remove noodles and egg. So that way we are saying on Mondays too, we want the person to have a option of bread and egg and or tea and donuts, then like that. Do you understand? So this way we have combined it and we've merged this cell to have more than just the coal and the roll, the way we're specifying differently for these ones. We merge it more than that. So now what is the whole essence of re-merging then? He said now merging cell is helpful when creating headers that span multiple sections of a table. Sometimes you can see some headers that cover two tables, one, two, but it is one header. That means you use merging cells to merge them It simplifies the table layout for better readability and design report schedule or invoice. It's just help us merge whatever information we don't want to duplicate. Excuse me, that we don't want to duplicate twice because we already have that there. So basically, that's what we use that for. So now you can use it singularly, so that is still merging of cell, but you can make it more complicated by merging the two on one particular role and span, on one particular th or one particular td. So that way you have done a more complicated merging of cells, and that is the essence of merging of cells. So basically, this is where we'll be stopping today. Today's class is going to be very, very short. You know that. So that's why I'm asking if there's any questions so far that we have. Let us use the last few minutes we have to discuss what has been most um probably from the previous class, because I saw some people's comment on the group were like I'm speaking French. So I really like to know where some you're having issues and all that for now. We try to address that and then we can call it a night. So any question for bed?
Yes, thank you very much, ma. The after the row span and column span, the table seems scattered. I don't know how can we make it to
Yeah,
be
the,
uniform.
the the reason why it is scattered is because we are just using it for example here. So if you want to do a more cleaner work here, I shouldn't do that on a Monday. It should be basically on a food that I want to be duplicated um, across different places. Like, okay. So like we did noodles and egg. We wanted noodles and egg to go span like this completely, right? So it has gone there. So let's say you have something. Let's just say we just want amala and ewedu to take these two, and also to be the same thing that we repeats for Monday and Tuesday. So on Tuesday, what we have to do is to remove noodles and egg. Tell amala and ewedu to take whole span of two. I also want it to repeat on Wednesday, right? So you see, instead of repeating what I have on Wednesday here, basically clean it, and the only thing I just need to add here is make it a row span of two. And with that, I basically have it for both Tuesday and Wednesday. And can you see it is still more neat and clean. It's basically just because I was trying to explain I made it look scattered. So
Okay.
it is majorly for when you want to pass one information or the other. So like that you know that instead of duplicating it round by round and that is it. So that's how you just arrange that.
Thank you very much, ma.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody? I'll be giving assignment today. Oh, I've seen most people work for the last one. Mm, Impressive, I would say. So there will definitely be assignment for today, and you'll still be submitting it through the same process. So any question, I'll ask one more time before I hand over. All right, Yusuf, over to you. I'm done.